Welcome to It's Happening in Grand Prairie. I'm Georgia Clemson, and we have a wonderful guest from Parks and Recreation, and that's always fun. Welcome, Beverly Grogan.
Thank you, Georgia. It's always a pleasure to be here.
It's great to have you. Now tell us what your official title is with Parks and Rec.
I'm the Community Events Coordinator, and so I have the opportunity to work in the community and then also have the joy of working on some events that bring a lot of happiness to our citizens and to our tourists.
What a great job.
It is.
Events.
It's fun.
I love that. Now tell us what's going on. First of all, let's talk 1 minute about Lloyd Park. What's going on out there?
Exciting things. And so first of all, we are so pleased that we are fully open everywhere after such a tough summer for our lake parks.
Yes, ma'am.
And so it's a real pleasure. But one of the exciting things that's happened is we've built a lodge. We're in the hotel business. Lloyd Lodge is set for large groups like a family reunion or a corporate retreat. Is absolutely perfect. And so we can absolutely do your small corporate retreats for just your executive board with an overnight stay. And it's beautifully furnished with full kitchen and a fireplace and nice, comfortable living room type area. So those executives could really have a great time without having to sit in a boardroom and make their plans. We also have a wonderful fire pit outside. I went to a luncheon the other day, and even though it was still summer, Parks and Rec made a fire pit for us, and we had s'mores. Oh. So that's the kind of thing that you can do at the lodge. The lodge is available for rentals. Either you can rent just 3-bedroom, or you can rent just the downstairs of the lodge, which would be 7 bedrooms and based on double occupancy. And then there's full 17 rooms total. So it really can accommodate, with double occupancy, up to 66 people.
Wow. You could have a church retreat.
Absolutely.
Or you could have your family, as you said, a family reunion. That would be great.
It's something that we've been asked for. Now, our Lloyd Park is our camping park, and everyone brings either their RV or their tents. Well, now they can go in style. And people like you and I could actually enjoy that camping life.
Absolutely. We get to enjoy the outdoors, but the indoors is not roughing it, is it?
No, and we've got showers right there in our rooms. That's kind of nice, Georgia.
It's very perfect. I've seen it, and I think it is absolutely beautiful. I would love to have an event there myself.
Absolutely. Now, our guests need to know that our reservations are taken 30 days prior. And so we want to make sure that everyone knows that these are really planning events. So they just call the Lloyd Park office just as if they were renting a camp space, and they can make a reservation at the Lloyd Lodge. The rates are based on the time of day and the time of the week, the day of the week, and what part they want to rent. So the best way to know those is just to go to our website, which is our grandfundgp.org website, and all of the information about the new lodge is there. In addition, we have a 2-bedroom house called Lloyd House, and it was it was rebuilt to replicate the historic founder of that area, the owner of that area, their first home. So it's a wonderful 2-bedroom accommodation for 2 couples. So it's a great rental as well. But Patty and Brenda at the lake would love to tell you all about it, tell you the rates, and we would love for our Grand Prairie citizens to come out and see the newest addition to Lloyd Park.
And Beverly, for those who don't get out south much or to the lake, where is it located?
I'm glad you asked that. It's almost right before you get to Mansfield. It's
on 360?
It's all the way down 360. You take the Raglan Road exit back to the east, and then it's just about a block down from that entrance of 360. And so you'll know that you're getting close because you're going to turn right before the big water tower that says Tangle Ridge proudly.
Great, great. And there are signs there that would point people in the right direction.
Yes, there are. Certainly are.
Well, that is exciting. Thank you, Beverly. Now tell us what else is happening with parks.
Well, of course, October's a big month for us in our Halloween events. We have Forest of Fear that also happens out at Lloyd Park. It is such a popular event that people line up on January 1st to make their reservations. Campers decorate their campsites for 2 weekends. There's competition and it's just a lot of fun. And there's just a small charge to go through that event. And it's a trick-or-treating in a very unique way, campsite by campsite, so you drive through it. Those are the 2 weekends prior to Halloween. And then on Halloween night, we have Street and Treat at Farmers Market. And we invite area businesses to help us trick-or-treat. The Arts Council has a haunted house down the street. And so it's a fun, safe way for our Grand Prairie children to enjoy a wonderful holiday.
That is great. Thank you, Beverly. Now, I know it's just fall, but what's around the corner for us after fall?
Well, of course, all eyes turn to Prairie Lights around those holidays.
Yes.
As always, we are opening on Thanksgiving Day, and that's November 26th. The exciting thing about Prairie Lights, once again, is we are able to provide all brand new displays. So the lighting designer in California and I have been planning all different things, and I'll give your listeners a hint. We actually have dinosaurs. They're making a return, but they're Christmas dinosaurs. So we have dinosaurs, and then we have our traditional season of joy with our nativity. We always will have a 12 Days of Christmas land, but every other land is brand new this year. So we are very excited to have that. And then of course we have Holiday Village, where you can park your car, enjoy those carnival rides, because it is included, those carnival rides are included in the cost of the carload. And then inside we'll have a show in our Holiday Magic Theater. We'll have the walkthrough, and we have all kinds of wonderful food, such as kettle corn, hot chocolate, funnel cakes, of course, all those popular things. And we have pictures with Santa, so we have a very special guest every year. So Prairie Lights has become such a tradition for not only Grand Prairie, but so much of North Texas. We've become a regional event, and we're just pleased to be able to host it once again. That's at Lynn Creek Park at 5700 Lake Ridge Parkway.
That is so exciting, and it gives families something really special to do together.
It is such a perfect time of year, and families who come in, even on Thanksgiving Day, want to start getting in that holiday spirit, and there's nothing like a night at Prairie Lights. Georgia, I always want to tell your guest that, and all Grand Prairie citizens, if they would like to avoid those long lines, because as I said, we're very popular, they need to come early in the year. Those first 2 weeks of December are great, and Monday through Thursday. And it's also a little cheaper to come on Monday through Thursday. So they can save money and then come early and avoid the long lines. So for those who decide to come on Christmas Day, pack your holiday spirit, sing those Christmas songs, because there might be some long lines, but everybody tells me it's worth it. And we're always so appreciative of everyone who comes.
It is fantastic, and thank you so much for telling us about that. Gives us something to look forward to, Beverly.
Absolutely. We are getting in the holiday spirit a little early in Parks and Recreation.
And that's a good thing.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for being with us, Beverly.
It's been my pleasure. We've got holiday shows at the Uptown as well, so they need to check out just that website at grandfundgp.org. And it'll tell you everything we're doing in Parks, Arts, and Recreation for the holidays.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks, Georgia.
And we'll be right back.
You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
Welcome back, and welcome to our next guest, Mr. Bill Moser from the Grand Prairie Chamber of Commerce in his fall tie.
That's right.
Looking so sharp.
Well,
Welcome.
Thank you, Georgia. I appreciate you having us again so we can talk about chamber activities. And like you said, in my fall tie, since we have fall events to talk about today.
Right, I like those pumpkins.
Yes, thank you.
Tell us what's going on.
Well, first, before we start with what's going on, we always like to talk about our sustaining members, because our sustaining members are just that. They sustain our chamber, and this group of businesses and individuals provide about $150,000 a year to cover chamber costs, and we always like to plug those businesses and groups.
Absolutely.
So we have different levels, which means that they gave different amounts of money, but every single one of these organizations give above and beyond their regular membership commitment. At the Emerald level, we have Hong Kong Marketplace, Asia Times Square. At the Platinum level, we have Airbus Helicopters, Classic Chevrolet, the Thompson Group, and once again, my personal favorite, Grand Bank of Texas.
Yes.
At the Gold level, we have ER at Grand Prairie, JMH Printing, Medical Center of Arlington, Neighborhood Credit Union, and Encore Electric Delivery Services. At the Silver level, we have Fast Signs at Highway 67 and Traders Village. At the Bronze level, we actually have a new one. I'll mention them later, but at the Bronze level, we have Baylor Medical Center at Irving, Bean Massey Burge Funeral Home, the City of Grand Prairie. We have Funeria Delangeli Funeral Home, which is affiliated with Bean Massey Burge. We have Grand Prairie Ford, and the new one is La Patrona, which is a Mexican restaurant, and it belongs to Mary Dominguez, who's the lady that sponsors our Hispanic networking event. And it's on 303, but I mean, it's on Pioneer Parkway, but I don't know exactly where. I'll have more information next month. We have Haynes and Boone Law Firm, Lockheed Martin Fire and Missile Control, Sam's Club, Texas General Hospital, Texas Health Arlington Memorial Hospital, Titan Contractors, Verizon Theater at Grand Prairie, Victor's Event Room in the historic Anderson Building, Walmart of Grand Prairie, and of course, Uncle Bob's Self Storage. And like I said, that group puts in about $150,000 a year to support the operations of the chamber, and we really appreciate that.
And that's why they're called sustaining members,
That's
isn't
right.
it?
And we would like you to patronize them. So next time you need to buy a missile, you know where to go. Or if
Thank
you want to
you,
get a
Bill.
safe deposit box, you know where to go.
Sure. And then now we get to the events. Tell us.
Okay, we have quite a few events during the month of October. Most of them are our recurring events, but there's some really neat topics. For example, on the second Friday, October the 9th, we have our Coffee Cup Connection at the Chamber office at 900 Conover in Grand Prairie. And this month, it's going to be a speaker from the NTTA, North Texas Tollway Authority, and they're going to talk about updates from NTTA for Grand Prairie, which I imagine has to do with transportation and things like that. But so that should be fun. And that's the cost of that is only $1, and then there's a raffle, and you could get some of the dollars back at the end. But it's a good networker, and it's at 7:45 in the morning on Friday, October the 9th at the Chamber office. And then on the third Tuesday of the month, we have our Luncheon Lead, which is always held at Mixed Up Burgers at Grand Prairie Airport. It's $10, and the $10 includes your lunch and the tip and everything else, and all you have to do is RSVP and tell them what burger you want. The Friday before, I think, or the day before is when you have to do it by. And this month the speaker is Beth Kalich, and she's going to talk about social media marketing. I don't know that much about social media, and I assume that there's a way to market on it, but she's going to be talking about social media marketing. For any of these events that we talk about, if I say there's an RSVP, all you need to do is call the Chamber office and talk to any of them. The number over there is 972-264-1558, and normally you talk to Alice or Greg, or now we have a new employee, Jessica, or Lynn, and can give them that information. Or everybody's email at the Chamber is the same. It's their first name, Alex or Lynn or Jessica, at grandprairiechamber.org, and you can do the RSVPing that way. So they'd like an RSVP for that. I don't think you have to do one for the Coffee Cup Connection. Now, our monthly luncheon, you definitely have to RSVP for that. And this month, on October the 21st, it's always the third Wednesday, we're going to have the State of the School District as delivered by the superintendent, Dr. Susan Hall, and it's going to be at Dubisky High School, Dubisky Career High School, which is located at 2990 161 in Arkansas, approximately. Last year we had it in the, I guess it's the auto shop, I don't know what you call it, but it was really cool. They had displays of cars they had rebuilt and tractors and things like that. And then Susan got up and gave a speech about about the state of the school district, and it was really neat. And that's to RSVP for that, you need to call the chamber or email Alex. It's $15 if you do it ahead of time. It's $20 if you do it at the door. And this one, I think there's probably some limited seating, so you might want to get in ahead of time because they may have to fill it up, or it may fill up. Another monthly event that we always have is our Hispanic Networker. I mentioned that earlier. It's the fourth Tuesday. It's October the 27th. It's at Mary Dominguez's Pioneer Event Center, and she provides the snacks. And this month, it's going to be, the presentation is going to be done by Brissa Simpson, and her topic is going to be battling average. So you always want to be exceptional, never
Absolutely.
average. And then the last event, we have our two African American division events. We have the African American Professional Networking event, which is October the 13th. It's at the chamber office, and it starts at 7 p.m. I didn't get who the speaker is, but that's more of a professional presentation. And then they have a networker on the 30th at a member's location, but unfortunately I didn't get that information yet either. But you can always consult the calendar. This calendar is posted on the Chamber's website, and it has all that information. Plus you can look down and you can see where all that stuff is. The last Chamber event that I wanted to mention is we have an after-hours networker mixer every month almost. This month, or in the month of September, it was the Taste at Airhogs Ballpark, but in the month of October,
it's a very special place.
It's a very special place, Grand Bank of Texas, our Carrier Parkway location on the second floor, and it's between 5 and 7 p.m. It's on the second floor at 530 South Carrier Parkway, and we usually always have good food and beverages and a lot of door prizes and a lot of networking and fellowship, so it's always a lot of fun, and you want to be there. It's the place you want to be.
On the 22nd.
On the 22nd, which is the fourth Thursday of the month. Like I said, between 5 and 7. It's you have to be seen there. It's someplace you've got to be.
Right. I like to send Dan because that way I don't have to cook dinner.
There you go. There's plenty of food.
That's right.
That's right. Those are all the chamber events. The other two things I wanted to mention was your previous guest, Beverly, was talking about Prairie Lights, and the chamber is the one that has the contact with Santa and get Santa to come out so they can take pictures with the kids and the families and all that at Prairie Lights. So that's a big fundraiser for us, and we appreciate the city allowing us to do that. It's a lot of work, but it's also something really fun for all the kids, and it's another benefit of going out to Prairie Lights. You see the pretty lights. You get to stop at the Holiday Village. I can't remember the Holiday Village, and do the free rides and get the food, and you can get your pictures made with Santa at a very reasonable price, which benefits the chamber. So keep that in mind if you're going out to Prairie Lights. We have, as Beverly was saying, it's becoming a tradition. We have, I know Santa has told me that he has kids that he's seen since they were little babies, and now they're in their teens from doing that. And the last thing I wanted to mention is on October the 10th, the Grand Prairie Metro Rotary Club has their annual pumpkin run.
Absolutely.
And it benefits 30 different local charities. The primary beneficiary is the Alzheimer's Association, but almost every charity in Grand Prairie gets some money from it, and so I'd like to plug that. It's a Metro Rotary event, but the chamber participates, the other Rotary Club participates. I'll be out there flipping pancakes, so if you're a runner or if you just want to come out for a good time, it's at Lynn Creek Park, I think. Or is that Lloyd Park? It's one of the two parks. At any rate, it's October the 10th, and if you go on and look up Metro Rotary Pumpkin Run on the internet, you can find it.
It's a great event, and as you said, benefits so many people.
So many charities. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Bill.
Thanks
Thank
for
you
having
for
me.
sharing all that wonderful information.
We appreciate getting out here and letting everybody know what's going on with the chamber.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. And we'll be right back.
I could change the world. I would be the sunlight in your universe. You would think my love was really something good, baby, if I could change
Make a difference. Pass it on.
the world.
A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Welcome back, and welcome to our next guest, Libby Clausen,
Thank you so much, Georgia.
Grand Prairie Arts Council.
Yes, ma'am.
We need to know what's happening.
So much going on. There's a little something for everyone. We want to quickly remind everyone that Young Frankenstein, our fall theater production, is October 2nd through the 4th and 9th through the 11th. And we also want folks to know this is for a more mature audience, not for your younger audiences.
Right.
If you've ever seen Mel Brooks' Young Frankenstein the movie, it's for an older audience. So we want everybody to come down, older teens, adults. It's such a funny show. We moved into the theater and the cast is amazing. You're going to really enjoy it. And then we also want folks to know while you're there seeing Young Frankenstein, our annual juried art show was hung at the Uptown, and it's just a beautiful show. On September 20th, we awarded 19 artists different awards. We gave out $3,400 in prizes, and all of the work, there are 37 artists from 16 cities. We have 103 pieces of work being shown in the lobby of the Uptown. So while you're there for Young Frankenstein, you can see this beautiful show. A lot of them are for sale. You could pick up a piece while you're there. And if you're not coming to Young Frankenstein, whenever the theater's open, you're welcome to come in and view the show. So anytime there's an event, the theater is open, and then since it is a working theater, they don't have normal office hours, but usually in the afternoon, the theater will be open. And if you can't, if the doors are locked, if you knock on the door, there's usually somebody there and they've just forgotten to unlock the door, and they'll let you in to take a look at the show. It will be there until October the 12th.
Oh, how perfect. We can see the show. We can see the art show as well, and shop too.
Absolutely, yes. So we hope everyone will come down for either the show or the art show.
To the Uptown.
Yes, ma'am, the Uptown Theater. So that's October 2nd through 4th and 9th through the 11th, and then the art show will be there until October the 12th.
Great.
And then coming up in the middle of October, we want folks to start thinking about our holiday production of Oliver. And this is really where we want the community to be part of our production. We never want to completely stray away from, we are a community theater. We want our citizens to be involved in our productions. So if you've been in a lot of shows, if you've never been in a show, if you want your whole family to be in a show, if you have children that are interested in getting started, all the way up through senior citizens, our production of Oliver is a great place to start. And we have auditions on October the 15th. Now, if ages, you have to be at least 6 years old. Our youngest will be 6, and then as old as anyone wants to be. So ages 6 through 12, you can come audition on October the 15th from 6 to 7:30, or October 17th from 10 to 11. That's the auditions for our children. And then ages 13 and up is on the 15th from 7:30 to 9, and the 17th from 11 to 12. So that's a Thursday night and then a Saturday morning. And you can go on our website, which is artsgp.org. They can take a look at the audition page. It'll tell you what you need to know about auditions. It gives you a form to fill out to bring with you. And for children, it gives the parents a little more information. And also on the website, you can get a listing of all the roles they're going to be casting, so you can kind of get an idea. But the only preparation would be, since it is a musical, they want you to sing for the audition. So prepare 2 minutes of a song, and it can be any kind of song. If folks come unprepared, we'll have a pianist there, and we have our music director. He'll have something for you to sing. Sometimes for the children, it's Happy Birthday. They have them sing.
Right.
So.
It's easy.
Right. And then they'll have a cold reading from the script to kind of see how you read. We'll also have our choreographer there who will kind of see how you move. You don't need to be a professional dancer, but we do need dancers and singers and actors. So whether you're experienced or inexperienced, our holiday production is where we really like folks to come out and be part of the fun.
And when are the production dates?
Oliver is going to be the first 2 weekends in December. So it'll be December 4th through the 6th and 11th through the 13th. And we'll start rehearsals on October 20th, and then we'll rehearse all through, including the week of Thanksgiving. Folks need to know we're going to need them the week of Thanksgiving because we open just that week after. And it's usually Monday through Thursdays. The children will rehearse just 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 to 7. So we want parents to know it's not too much to handle for the young ones until we get over to the theater, and then it's the 2 weeks before the show. It's a little more intense, but it's just a couple of weeks where the kids might be staying a little later than that, and then of course the days of the show. But it's a really great experience. I think anyone who's done our holiday production will let you know it's a really fun way to spend your holidays.
Right, and the first step is to audition.
Absolutely, and this is a great place to start. Our auditions are not real rigid. They'll make you feel real comfortable. You're with a group of people. So if you've never done an audition before and kind of want to get a feel for it, our productions are a great place to start. We're a friendly theater family,
yes.
so it's a great place to get started.
Yes, and then what follows that?
Well, we are so excited then on October 31st, which is Halloween, which is on a Saturday this year, we're doing our annual haunted house again, Terror at the Uptown. And we set that up in the Studio Theater at the Uptown, and it's just a fantastic haunted house. Our set designer, Matt Betts, does a phenomenal job with his crew. We usually get some student groups in to help. So that will be Halloween, October 31st, 6 to 10 p.m. It's just $5 each at the door. You just buy your tickets at the door of the theater. Now, we're also adding a couple of hours because this year the city is doing their holiday street and treat along with the market this year. So it'll be going from, I think, 11 to 1. So we're going to open our haunted house up from noon to 2 there so that folks down at the market for street and treat can come on down. And we're thinking we'll have a younger audience, so we'll kind of tone it down so it's not quite so scary for the families, and they can come through from noon to 2 and enjoy the haunted house, and then we'll be back open to really scare folks from 6 to 10 on Halloween night.
Oh, that is exciting. It's really going to be happening downtown on Halloween.
Absolutely, yes, all up and down Main Street on Halloween, including the market and the Uptown. So we just love our Uptown Theater, and we're just loading it up this month with things for people to do.
Very exciting. Thank you so much, Libby.
Thank you very much.
And thank you all for being with us today. I'm Georgia Clemson reminding you it's happening in Grand Prairie.